Well, I was gonna be like, wow, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Yes, welcome to the Earmeout podcast. I'm your host, Roderick Grant, aka Roddy Rowe, and we're here with our boy John Taylor. Give us a little bit background. We want to know who you are, man.
All right, so I'm Jonathan.
Okay.
I grew up in Brown County, which is about an hour and 15 minutes away from Cincinnati East. It's like really close to the river.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, not many people know.
Type it in Google, Brown County, East Cincinnati. I'm sure it will take you to Cuba or something. But yeah, keep going.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was born in a hospital.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I wasn't under a rock.
Okay.
It was in this town called Georgetown. It's in my county.
Okay.
Out of there, my mom, believe it or not, was 12 years old when she had me.
12 years old.
12 years old. And my dad was 13. Yeah.
So wait, hold up. Let me do my math. I'm old enough to be your father.
Yeah, absolutely. You're what, 33?
I am your father. Whoa. Don't fast forward my life. I'm not that old. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Continue.
Well, my dad is just turned 33. So, but yeah.
Your dad's older than me.
Probably like by 8 months.
No, by enough. Okay, keep going, Mr. Brown County, born in a hospital.
Yeah, special hospital.
Yeah.
Anyways, so my really young parents, obviously they couldn't support me because they were so young. So I went
12 years old, dude.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even know. I want to say women, but I didn't know children. It's safe to say a 12-year-old child, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. I didn't even know children can have kids at 12 and live. Was it a cesarean? Was it
It was natural.
Wow.
Apparently, I don't know.
I know this camera. I know they say the camera adds 10 pounds. Okay, I've been working out, losing weight, so it better not add 10 pounds to me. But he's not a small boy, so I don't know what kind of baby you're coming out with that size of head. I mean, damn.
I don't know. I mean, she may have had to have a C-section. I'm not sure.
I know.
But,
so you've never seen your mom?
Well, one time, and actually, Rod, you were the reason I got reunited with my mom for a whole probably 10 minutes of my life.
Really?
Yeah, so when we went to the Louisville road trip,
right?
Okay, I was in LaGrange, Walmart.
Okay.
I pitched this lady, asked her.
Pitch is a sales pitch, if you guys aren't sure what that is.
Yeah. Asked her, who she had for a TV service. Then she says, oh, yeah, I actually just got out of rehab. And I was like, oh, okay, awesome. Well, so let's see what you qualify for. I figured she's going to be a FIPE, but it's whatever. I just want to get my LOAs up. I go back. I'm taking her basic information down.
It's a scary story for me right now. It's kind of scary. Yeah, continue.
And I'm taking her information down. I asked her, I said, hey, I said, what's your address, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what's your name? And then she says, Nikki Wilcox. And I said, Nikki Wilcox.
Is that a popular name, Nikki Wilcox?
Not at all. Well, I asked her, I said, hey, is your real name Nina Nicole Wilcox?
No, you didn't.
And then she looked at me like a deer in headlights. And I said, I'm Jonathan Taylor. Do you know who I am? And we just had this awkward eye contact. I obviously got really emotional, started crying in the Walmart. And I ran outside and called Messer. Bawling my eyes out.
Messer is one of the team leaders that I have working in my office. Yeah. You got to remember, these guys have no clue who you are, what you do. But continue. You called Messer.
Right. So I called Messer, and I said, I don't know what to do. I said, I just met my mom for the first time, and Messer didn't know what to say, so he just said,
yeah. Messer's known his mom for his whole life.
Right.
I wouldn't even know what to tell you. Hello.
It was awkward.
So you ran out.
I ran outside.
Cried.
Bawled my eyes out. Yeah,
and then ran back in.
No. I stayed outside of my car.
Okay.
At the time is when I was still smoking cigarettes.
Before,
yeah.
The ciggy snacks.
So
we'll talk about that.
I sat out there. I smoked like 3 cigarettes. I called Sean, cried to him, and then I called who else? I called 3 people.
Right.
I called Sean, Messer, and my sister.
Right.
I called my sister and I let her know, whatever, because she's never met her either.
Right.
And then I just sat out in my car. I was probably out there for like 45 minutes to an hour. I was just trying to collect myself. And then went back in and closed 2 accounts and went home. Close,
that means making a sale. Once you make a sale, we call it a close. For those of you that haven't watched Wolf on Wall Street or anything like that, crazy. So she was gone. Your mom.
Yeah. When I went back in there, she wasn't there.
Wow.
And I
do you feel like you missed out on an opportunity? Like, what would you have told her if you saw her?
I honestly don't know. Because I don't know, like...
Because I mean, I'm just playing devil's advocate here, okay? Mm-hmm. She was 12 years old.
Yeah.
Was really crazy. We got pregnant with you, which is awesome, because if she didn't, I wouldn't know you. So I'm pretty happy she did that, by the way. I should send her a thank you card, but I don't know how I'm going to get in contact with her. Yeah. Probably working at Walmart real quick. I'll be able to run into everything. But, like, what else could you expect from that? Like, what is she going to do? Raise you? Work? Yeah. She's not even old enough to work.
Right.
So, I mean, she had to do what she had to do. So, what happened? Like, she gave you up to adoption.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at, too. Okay. Is because, like, my whole life, like, because my actual birth grandfather, like, my mom's dad, right, took me into custody, but he divorced my actual blood grandma that I never got to meet, right, and remarried this lady that I called my grandma growing up.
Okay.
And they weren't the best parents or role models or anything, but they always drilled it in my head that my mom and my dad were pieces of shit, and that blah blah blah. I should never try to get in contact with them and stuff like that.
Did they ask not to be contacted as well? Did they, like, it was a little check mark that said, "Do not contact me ever"?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay. And like, so growing up, as a kid, I always hated my mom and dad, and they were never there. Right. I was different from all the other kids, blah blah blah. And
you're different because you were an African American in Brown County?
No.
What made you different?
Because I didn't have, like, everybody, like, in Brown County typically have, like, mommy and daddy.
Mm-hmm.
And, like the school I went to, pretty much everybody's parents also worked, like, in the school.
Got it.
Because it's such a small place where I'm from, like, that was, like, the only job opportunity there was teaching. So most people, like, they were either janitors or something.
Dude, that's, like, my nightmare. Growing up in a small town and then graduating and then coming back and being the gym teacher for the next 40 years. Like, that's why I always wanted to get out of the small town. If I was in a town, I needed to get out because I did not want to marry my high school sweetheart. There were a lot of them. I did not want to become the gym teacher, even though that was the coolest job ever, right? I had to get out.
Mm-hmm.
You had to get out.
I did.
You got out.
I got out.
At least you got like at least a foot out.
Yeah, I'm like 40, 50 miles away, 55 miles away.
That's a distance. That's a distance. So you went from home to home, or you stayed with one family?
So from the age of from 3 to 6, I was in and out of foster care, and obviously, my memory from this isn't the best. This is just what my other family has told me.
Right.
So 3 to 6, I was in and out of foster care. I do remember being in foster care up in Columbus and Groveport.
Mm-hmm. I have no idea where those places are, but yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like I think 3 hours north.
Okay.
But yeah, so I remember being there. I remember I felt like it was some like Willy Wonka stuff because I had to eat cabbage soup there.
Oh, I thought you meant like you got a golden ticket and you got out.
No.
Run.
No.
Run, Johnny, run home.
No,
run home
I thought running away a few times.
Right.
But I remember I was there for a while, and then I moved back in with my grandparents, my mom's dad and my step grandma. I'll just say that. Step grandma, make that easier.
Got it.
And then I lived with them for the majority of my life, my upbringing, and situation there was just bad. Trailer trash.
Jeez.
I wasn't allowed to ever eat anything except ramen noodles growing up.
You weren't allowed.
No. So
even though was there other food there, or was
yeah, absolutely. They bought themselves. My grandma told me, when I was about 14 or 15.
Yeah.
I remember it was right when I got to high school.
Okay.
My grandma actually told me the only reason she took me into custody was so she could get an extra check every month from Social Security, and so
that's a real thing. That's not just in the movies.
That's
they get some extra money. I just thought even if in the movies, I'm that's a pretty bad business plan because you're gonna adopt 5 kids and get these extra checks, and you have to take care of those kids, so you don't really profit anything. Then I was like, wait a minute. If you don't spend anything on those kids and you just feed them, like you said, top ramen.
I didn't get top ramen. I got Marshawn, the cheap one.
The good stuff that kept me alive in college. You got that one, right? Then you could use all that money for yourself.
Right.
So your job is to only keep the kid barely alive and quiet.
Yep. Wow. Yeah. So she would buy me 1 6-pack of ramen. And that's all I was allowed to eat for a week. So, I mean, for 7 days in a week, 6 packs. I mean, you do the math there.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, you have a half pack one time.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that was like a majority of my life, and then there for about a year of my life, my grandpa, the one that has ashes,
right.
he actually moved behind, which is my grandma's dad, so he's kind of like my great grandpa. So my family's really confusing. It's adoption.
My family's, I have my mom, my dad, and my 2 sisters. So you, with all this like crazy family tree genealogy thing, I feel like I'm reading the first chapter of the New Testament, the Bible. Yeah, this person begot this person begot this person, and then there was John from Brown County.
John from Brown County.
Yeah, right.
But no, so my step grandma's dad moved into a trailer behind us, like my house set up on a hill.
Mm-hmm. They're fine.
And there for a while, like I was allowed to like leave, and I was allowed to go down there.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to. That's when like me and my grandpa started getting really close and stuff, because he used to let me eat ham sandwiches and stuff like that. And
Ooh.
like that was like a ham sandwich or bologna sandwich was like God to me.
Dude, I mean, I'm not trying to sound like an asshole. But I'm probably gonna sound like an asshole.
It's okay.
But to be able to feel like a ham sandwich, like, damn, I've made it because I got a ham sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Life must have been pretty fucking rough with you.
It could have been worse.
It could have been, right? You could have like no head.
Right, exactly.
Right? Yeah. A lot. You could have
been addicted to drugs.
Yeah, you could be addicted to drugs, and that's another thing we'll talk about, because you guys are known for like the number one
heroin distribution and overdoses in 2016.
And another thing they're doing over there is they're getting rid of those what is it? Is it Narcan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was it basically adrenaline?
Yeah,
right?
It pretty much gets someone out of a heroin overdose.
Right, so it brings them back to life.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're getting rid of it and they're saying like, listen, if these guys are going to be on heroin, then you know what? Let's just let them die. And that's going to fix itself. It's going to fix the glitch.
Yeah, see, our pharmacies
Brown County
County, like our pharmacies though are giving it out to people like you and everybody else in the office.
So you could get it like birth control.
Yes.
I could just walk up in there and say,
and ask for Narcan.
Narcan, and it's right next to the birth control.
Pretty much.
One kills, one gives life.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, but because like they're not like requiring you to be like Narcan certified to use it anymore or anything like that.
Now, how do you know about Narcan certification though? What?
So when I was in criminal justice,
right.
and in my last job, 2 jobs before T3, I had to be Narcan certified, CPR certified, first aid certified, and whatnot. So, and I have 157 overdoses. I saved 153 of them.
Jesus.
I lost 4.
So you saved those guys with the Narcan?
Yeah, with Narcan, yeah. Well, a couple of them with just CPR.
Right. So you got to grow up very quickly.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why I brought you on here is multiple reasons. First reason is when I met you, I mean, I run my own company.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sales and marketing company. And a lot of people don't wake up in the morning and say, hey, gee, I want to do sales. I want to attempt to sell some stuff and have people spit on me and tell me to go fuck myself. And I just tell them to have a good day. No one says that.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow I ended up in that position, right? Grew in that position. I'm able to give that opportunity to other people who want to be their own boss, have their own freedom of time and money. So when I met you guys, I think you were a personal recruit. They brought you in from who met you first?
Jordan met me in Walmart.
Jordan met you at Walmart, and you saw what he was doing. You saw it was pretty remedial. You're like, listen, I can do this, and they brought you in. And I didn't know your whole story. I mean, you came in during a team night. Normally, I get about 50 wings for the guys. I get some drinks. You almost did cry, and I didn't understand what the fuck was going on. I was like, are these wings the wrong flavor? Are they? Is he one of those white guys that just can't handle spices? I thought maybe you're one of those people that thought like a ketchup was a spice. It's pretty dangerous. And I found out.
Yeah.
I found out, and in my head I was like, listen, I know I have a problem. I have a savior's complex. Okay, I feel like I can save anybody.
Same.
Yeah, I feel like and the reason why I feel that it's not because I came from such like shitty beginnings. I have both my parents. They're still alive. They're still around. They both love me. My dad whooped my ass like crazy, but I had a good family. I had a lot to eat. until I started working out. My mom said she can't afford my new hobby. So I just said, okay, cool. She went on strike from cooking. But I've always wanted to help out people. And I always wanted to give them a chance, which that's biting me in the ass right now. We'll talk about that later. So when I saw you guys, it's like, I don't know. I feel like when I meet people who come from humble beginnings and that don't have everything handed to them on a silver platter, they're more hungry. Okay? They're more hungry for an opportunity. They're more hungry for that first chance. And they appreciate it more, and they don't want to fuck it up.
Absolutely.
When people have things given to them, they don't really feel the investment that they had to make to gain those things. So it's easy for them to discard them or not even think about that. Like when I drive my car every day before some idiot went and crashed into it while driving drunk, I think about all the right things I've done to be able to drive this car every day. You know, I'm just very appreciative. And I saw you guys, and I saw you, especially you. You were very appreciative. I didn't even know you didn't have a place to stay. I didn't know you had a crazy commute all the way to my office. I mean, how did we even find out that you were homeless?
Okay, so you guys, I was not going to tell you guys I was homeless. I was just going to save up money and go get an apartment, and you guys would never know. Me and Sean actually talked about that.
And Sean is who?
Sean is my best friend, pretty much my brother.
Right.
Only person in Brown County that I could get along with.
Right.
But so I actually the first couple days into the business, I wasn't homeless.
Right.
I was staying with my father. It's a really long story how that
Right.
happened. But he ended up going back to prison. And I thought, because me and Sean were super excited about the opportunity
Right.
and everything, and like I remember thinking to myself, like, why does this shit always happen to me? As soon as something like gets good, something bad happens. So
Right.
I lost all my
know that feeling.
belongings. I lost when he got indicted. There's a law in the state of Ohio that if your name's not on the lease, you can't go get the property out of the house.
Okay.
So I lost my clothes, my bed, my furniture, some money, everything that I had. I lost. The only thing I had was the suit that I had on at work that day. And then me and Sean just didn't say anything. And we were either staying in my car or staying wherever we could. And then we started stinking. And then Chris...
That usually happens if you
right.
don't get to a shower.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
And I remember Chris Messer, we talked about earlier,
Right.
he pulled me to the side and he said, John, he said, do you shower? I said, yes, but I can't right now. And he's like, why? And I said, we're kind of homeless right now. And then he was like, wait, what?
And mind you, like they came up to approach you, not out of disrespect, but I had some problems with some people that I hired that smelled really bad.
Mm-hmm.
I had this one girl that smelled like cats that have died. And before they died, they pissed themselves. And that's what she smelled like. So it took us a while to try to get her to get on board with maybe not sleeping with your cats, or maybe not having your cats roll around in all your clothing. Eventually, she left our business. Remember, I have a savior's complex. I thought I could save her and her smell. But after that, I'm like, guys, no more stinky people. If I have one stinky person in my office, you are going to sit them down and give them a lecture. I don't care. Give them your stick of deodorant and let them use it. I don't care what you have to do, but don't bring any more stinky people in here. So maybe that's why he came up to you and he's like, listen, let me get to this guy before Rod gets them. Because you know me, I have a very sensitive nose.
Yes.
Like I'm like Wolverine in this bitch. Like I'm like, is it your birthday today? It must be. It must be. Right? So he came up to you, approached you about the smell. You let him know that you've been sleeping in the car.
Yeah. And then he said, he pretty much wigged out on me. He's like, what the fuck, dude? Why haven't you told us this? Blah, blah, blah. And mind you, I still closed 10 accounts that week. Just want to put that out there.
Facts.
But,
facts.
With no excuses, too. But I remember him going off of me, and then he was like, well, we got to get you a place to stay. He talked to his roommate. Then he let me and Sean stay with him. I remember the first night we actually stayed with Mo.
Yeah, I remember I told him that, hey, dude, because I was moving out of my house, a lot of stuff was going on. I was like, dude, can you just let him stay at your house, you know? And he was like, I'm like, come on, dude, let him stay at your house. He had more than enough room. I mean, all you guys needed was a floor.
Yeah,
so four walls and a shower,
yeah.
and a toilet with some toilet paper probably, if you were lucky. I don't know if he ran out of toilet paper. Did he have any toilet paper?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? It's okay. Details. And then I said, hey, can they stay with you for? I give them a time for like 3 or 4 days, not knowing you only stay there for 1 day. And this whole time I didn't know what was going on. That's a problem with like running a business. You have so many people, you don't know what's really going on. But I try to make it my job to know. Because I don't know, I feel like if I really want to help out someone, I need to know what the fuck they're going through, like where they're coming from. So you stayed 1 night at Moe's. And then
Messers for like a week straight.
Then
I stayed with a friend that I went to high school with.
Was this the transvestite, transgender, what I don't know, I don't know the right word for that.
No.
Transgender
No.
roommate? Yeah, okay.
It was actually my ex-girlfriend. I stayed with her for, I think, a night or 2. And then after that, I stayed with a transgender. The difference between a transgender and a transvestite. A transvestite has had the surgery and no longer has whatever genitalia they were born with. They have the opposite. A transgender just thinks they're the other gender and they identify.
So they'll like wear a dress or something like that.
Yeah, so she is a female. She was born a female. She's just on testosterone and has her hair short. So I still call her a whore.
So I can
whore. Her. I don't call her a whore.
Right. You still call her.
Yeah.
Right. So she's pretty strong now. I could probably arm wrestle her.
I don't know. I haven't seen her in a minute.
You're gonna have to introduce us. Well, she's the one that didn't let you put your food in the refrigerator, right?
Maybe me and Sean sleep on the floor, like right next to each other. Weren't allowed to use a fridge. Barely allowed to take a shower there.
Right.
Always overcharging us to stay there.
Dude,
it was insane.
Dude.
Excuse me.
What are you doing?
Excuse me, honey.
How dare you ruin this for me? This is my show.
Yes,
they're doing this for me.
Residence.
Get out, Mrs. Gonzalez, immediately.
My Caucasian home. Yes, the Grand Mansion on Caucasian Lane. Please send help. Send as many people as you can. Our community is in danger. I'm scared.
You know what Phil called that, right?
Human trafficking.
Yeah. We really felt like you were.
Yeah.
In that situation.
It was an option though. I didn't complain about it.
I mean, you wouldn't complain about it because anything that you're complaining about is still a little bit better than what the hell you were doing before.
Yeah. It was better than sleeping in a car without a shower.
And the thing is, like, I run into... John, listen, you know me. I run into a lot of people. I interview a lot of people. And these people that I run into really don't have a bad life. They think their life is fucked up because they can't pay their cell phone bill. They think their life is fucked up because their boyfriend doesn't want to take them to the Usher concert. They think their life is fucked up because they can't use triple-ply toilet paper and they have to settle with single-ply toilet paper. Little things like that. I had a girl come... Right, oh, oops. I had a girl that came to my house once, and I had a lot of people come over, and I gave her a beer, and she's like, yeah, do you have a straw? I'm like, no, I don't have a straw. She's like, oh my God, you don't have straws? How are we going to drink this beer? And she went to her friends, and they're all like, what the F? They don't have straws here? I'm like, walk your ass to McDonald's across the street, ask them for some straws, and come back if you're that high maintenance. I thought I was high maintenance. But you see, like, people like that, they do not appreciate what they have.
Right.
And I've never had a problem with you. I mean, I've seen you progress in my company, but at the same time, I've seen all the obstacles that come in your way.
Right.
And every time I see those obstacles, I'm like, oh shit, is he going to be able... You're not going to be able to dodge the bus. I see the bus coming at you. And I'm like, is he going to be able to withstand this hit? Is he going to be able to take this hit? And I mean, I was like, you know what? He might be able to take this hit, but if I try to get him out of the way, maybe it'll clip his legs a little bit. And you'll be able to survive, keep going. So right away, I was like, when I found out you're in that situation, you got to move. Mm-hmm. You got to move, John.
Yeah.
Johnny boy, you got to get out of there. And I know Marcus moved from New Mexico here. He got a spot with Crenshaw. I set that up for him. And I was like, hey, you should just jump in there because Marcus is driving his truck most of the time, and you need a place to stay. So, I mean, now you're living there.
Yeah.
Life's good.
Nice.
You actually live right down that way.
Yeah, like right around the corner.
I keep my reps close to me. So when I go to work, when I come back, I better not see their car in the parking lot because then I know that they're not working.
Hey,
You know?
that's a good idea. I never thought of that.
Yeah. I let that secret out. But something did happen again. It's pretty funny. We go to do a road trip down to Texas,
Dallas.
and you were talking about how you feel so accomplished because you got your car, right?
Right, yeah.
And then
Myself, did that myself.
did it yourself,
Yeah.
all by yourself, independent, son.
No cosign.
No cosign. Baby credit, got the car. And you missed a couple payments.
Yeah. Because of the
Yeah.
job switch and then supplement and
Right.
living, taking care of Sean.
Yeah. You're also taking care of Sean, like
Yeah,
he's also
for
your
the past
son.
4 years, I left that out. For
Right.
the past 4 years, I took care of Sean, bought him pretty much everything he has, all of
Right.
his clothes, helped him with his graduation. I'm the reason he graduated,
Right.
and the reason he has any ambition
Right.
whatsoever.
Right, Sean's a great guy. I mean, I like him a lot. He's a great guy. Just young, needs to grow up a little bit, learn life. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with
until
that.
you got a job.
You got a job?
Yeah.
Oh.
He figured it out himself. I didn't have to help him at all.
You see, that's the thing.
Yeah, he's learning.
Like we try to save these hoes, and Sean's a stand-up hoe, by the way. Love him to
Stand-up
death.
hoe, Sean. I hope you see
for
this.
sure. We try to save these hoes, and I want to say hoes. I don't mean girls dancing on the street or anything like that. Hoes is unisex in this podcast, and we hurt them by trying to save them. I feel like we have that thing going on, like when butterflies, they're caterpillars, and if I'm wrong, then write a comment down in there, you butterfly nerds. When they're a caterpillar, and then they decide they want to change a little bit, they spin a freaking cocoon around themselves, right?
Mm.
And they go through something called metamorphosis, right? Am I good?
Metamorphosis.
Yeah, boy. If I paid attention in school.
Mhm.
And then they start to come out of the cocoon. But sometimes when someone's watching that cocoon, they want to give the little guy a helping hand, right? So they try to open it up and get them out. And then guess what? They come out, they spread their wings, and then they fly and they fall to the ground and die. You know why?
No.
Because the struggle of getting themselves out of the cocoon pumps blood into their wings, which allows them to fly. But for us, we're not bad people because we try to help them out, right? But in turn of helping them out, we enable them, we make them weak. We make them reliant, and then they never grow. So that's one thing. I mean, you talked about a lot. I'm like, listen, I love Sean to death, but if you want to be able to really help him out, you got to be able to help yourself out, and you can't have someone holding you back. I'm not saying throw him to the fucking wolves, right?
Yeah.
But you got to let him go and make his own mistakes. And there's so many times where my coaches have probably watched me and they're shaking their head and like, man, this Roderick character, when is he gonna learn? Trust me, I'm learning. I'm making mistakes every single day, but I'm learning. I just try not to make the same mistakes twice, right? So moving forward from there, we got to Dallas, and your car got raptured.
Repoed.
I know.
Raptured.
Raptured. You know what a rapture is, right? Like,
Oh, yeah.
okay, good. Your car got raptured. But yes, repoed. And the quickest way to be on your feet is to miss 2 car payments. That's what I was told.
Yep.
And so you missed 2 car payments, right? 2 or 3?
2.
And then you come to me. It's pretty funny because all this stuff's happening, like drama. This person's doing this. This person's trying to sleep with that person. And I'm like, I'm trying to run a road trip here so you guys can learn how to do sales and marketing. And then they come and tell me, John's car got towed. And I'm like, what do you want me to do? And I'm like, well, have him come talk to me. Was that very hard for you to come talk to me? Was that hard?
Kind of, not really. I knew before I went and talked to you, I knew I had to have two solutions. So I did. I remember I had them before I come and talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had actually like 4 or 5.
I wanted 3 potential solutions.
Oh, yeah, 3 potential.
Yeah.
And then one of them was last resort.
Yeah, your last resort. So your first solution was what? When you came to ask me, you're like, Rod, What's that?
The first one was a payday loan.
A payday loan. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
that's not gonna work.
Right.
The second one was
The second one was an advance for my, or that was the last one, wasn't it?
That was the first option. I said, no, I need 3 other options. Other options that have nothing to do with me giving you the money.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I know the third one is you wanted to create the next movie of Magic Mike, so you were going to start stripping and selling your body.
I was going to prostitute.
Yeah. Don't know what the going rate it is for John's in Dallas.
Hey.
But I applaud your tenacity and the ability for you to throw your pride away, negative pride, and just go out there and
I would have done
shake
it.
it. I believe you. I believe you. I believe you would have done it. But at the end of the day, I ended up helping you out.
Yeah.
And do you know why part of me didn't want to help you out. It had nothing to do with you. It had everything to do with other people that I've helped out in the past that needed assistance, and I have the money, or they'll hit me up on Facebook, oh, Rod, I'm stuck here, this and that, and I give them the money, because I really feel like if I'm in a position where I can help people, I should.
Mm-hmm.
But then that also goes to what is the real definition of help? Most of those people, I was hurting them. I wasn't helping them by giving them money. And I didn't want to hurt you, someone that's very promising in my business, in my company, and take that opportunity away from you to grow and develop as an individual. But at the same time, I knew every single day that goes by, the amount that the car has been towed, it goes up. And so I said, all right, cool. We made a contract.
Yep. They also helped me out another way, too.
Yeah. We made a contract. What did the contract say?
Contract said that I could not purchase cigarettes and I had to quit smoking.
Right. If I'm going to lend you money, I'm not going to have you fucking smoke. Like, that's such a slap in the face. Rod, I have no money. Like, I don't know how you smoke a cigarette. Do you smoke it like this? Do you smoke it like, how do you smoke a cigarette? How do you hold it?
I did it like this.
What's the manly way to hold a cigarette? Is it like with a fist to the side?
Straight fist.
Straight fist. All right, cool. But I said no cigarettes, man. You can't approach it. You can't smoke it. You can't take a little drag. You can't take a little hit. None of that.
It sucked quitting.
I know.
I had an attitude for a while.
Oh, you did have an attitude. And I was like, bitch, please.
Yeah.
You better fucking get that shit out of here, boy. Because I don't smoke. I mean, maybe if I smoked, it would be cool. But I don't smoke. Mm-hmm. And because I don't smoke, my senses are heightened.
Right.
They're better than yours. So I can smell smoke from a mile away. And when someone comes to my office, I'm like, who the F is smoking?
Right.
Take that shit somewhere else. Go die quietly somewhere else. I have no mercy for people who smoke and die from smoking. I mean, maybe I'm an asshole. But it's like, no, you're purposely killing yourself every day. You're killing yourself and you're killing your bank account. So if I'm going to help you, I'm going to save you two ways. I'm going to get your car back. I'm going to teach you about finances. And then I'm going to, 3 ways actually, and then I'm going to stop you from smoking. Because if you ever do smoke, that voids our contract.
Yeah.
Right, and we don't work together. And look, I had to hold you hostage to that contract in the beginning. I don't like to hold people hostage, but I had to in that one. But now you're not smoking. I mean, if you are, you do that little
the vape,
the little vape thing. I don't know the science behind it. Someone's gonna be like, well, that's just as bad. Okay, cool. But ever since then, you said, hey, I'm not gonna miss a day. I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna work hard, and you have been working hard. So this all comes down to one thing: is why? Why are you working so fucking hard? You got your car back. You got a house. You got a place to stay in. You're doing 1,000% better than those people in Brown County. The best car in Brown County is what car?
Probably a 2005 Toyota Camry.
Damn.
Unless you see 2005 Mustang every once in a while.
Bro, I bet that person that drives that 2005 Mustang gets all the brown poo.
Yeah.
He's just cleaning up.
Probably.
He's just like, yo, revving his engine. 2005, 12 years ago.
That was 12 years ago. Holy shit.
12-year-old car, and I'm getting this. I'm getting that in Brown County. If this is not an ad for Brown County, but if you want to make it real quick without actually making it, take your 2005 car to Brown County, make sure it's at least a Mustang or a Toyota Camry.
Yeah.
Not the Prius.
If you went through with like a Porsche or like a 350Z, if you went through with like
A Nissan 350Z.
Yeah, if you went through with a 350Z. Oh,
What? Really?
You'd get all the bitches.
Man, why do I want to move back to California? Why would I want to go and compete with all these people who are used to these fast cars, expensive lifestyle, when I can just move to Brown County? Why?
Because Brown County is a shithole,
Right.
for one. And
Right.
like the people there have no, and I hope people from Brown County hear this because
Get out.
get out, like because
Get out.
there's no
Pack your
opportunity.
shit.
Like, when I was 16 years old, the closest like job I had
Right.
was 9 miles away in Georgetown. I was walking there every single day, there and back, rain, snow, shine, whatever it was. People there have like a very off mindset, very different from the city. I call this the city, but
Right.
it's
It's a city.
like all they care about there is drinking beer, bonfires, meth, and heroin. Like,
Albuquerque takes the cake for meth. I lived there for 2.5 years. The land of Breaking Worse. It's not Breaking Bad because actual real life is breaking worse than Breaking Bad. So just imagine that Brown County has all that stuff going on. I have just been so out of focus because I did not know how much heroin, how easy it is to get heroin, and how easy it is to use it and distribute it and die from it and then come back to life from it. That's crazy.
it's cheap.
And it's cheap. It's shit. It's so shit. But now everything's going good for you now.
Yeah.
Right? Way better. Finally. And now you're just working on getting the hell out of Ohio, getting your opportunity, making a shit ton of money, and once you make all the money in the world, what are you gonna do?
All right, so my ultimate goal is soon. Obviously Sean's my brother. I'm not leaving him behind.
Can't
I just
leave your
told him
brother
that I need to focus on myself so I can get us here.
My man,
that way I can
that's
get
right.
us driving Lambos. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm going to
Lambos.
get Sean. I'm gonna get to where I can get Sean back with the opportunity.
Okay.
Whether it be when Messer moves out or whatnot, whenever he matures, when Sean's ready,
Right.
not when we're ready. When
Right.
Sean's ready,
Right.
get him back in, get him up to par. 'Cause I know he has it in him. It's just he doesn't function well through the stress and through like the struggle like I do. I
Right.
guess.
Right. He
So-
crushes under pressure.
Yeah,
He just
exactly.
bench press that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Try.
That's right.
But
I spotted you. I got you.
after I do
Breathe.
that, I want to. My ultimate goal. I don't know why. It may sound childish, but I just want to.
No one can judge your goal.
Right.
No one.
I just want.
Nobody.
I want to get a car $70,000-$80,000 or more, probably a Lamborghini if I can. Whether I rent it or I buy it, I want to drive it back to Brown County, and I want to just say fuck you to everybody that said I would never be anything.
Right.
My grandma.
So
Shade Stewart.
not the innocent people of
No.
Brown County, just the people that said you weren't gonna be shit.
Right. Yeah. There's a few old ladies there that are pretty sweet.
Right. I like that. See, many have lived opposite lives.
Yeah.
You know.
You live the life that I want to live.
And
I wanna get out of
and it's
it.
funny. You say I lived the life that you wanted to live, and I feel like this is another life that I wish I could have lived, but the life I lived has led me to this position right now, and I would not change anything else about the life I've lived. Even though I've gone through some shitty times, I still wouldn't change anything else about the life that I've lived up to this point. With that being said, though, I would like some enhancements in
Right.
my life. Dude, just because I talk like this, because I use vocabulary words, words that I learned for the SATs, the ACTs, the way I pronounce my words, whatever. People think I grew up with a silver spoon in my mouth. I didn't grow up with that shit.
Right.
Fuck them. I grew up seeing my parents struggle and never complain. Seeing my dad work 70 hours a week and never complain. Seeing the shift in power go from my dad making the breadwinner to my mom becoming the breadwinner. And as a man, when that happens, even if you don't say anything, you feel something. And I watched quietly. And while getting my ass whooped from time to time for being a little shithead, I guess, I watched quietly and I learned. I said, I'm going to have unlimited money. Number one, so I could help people. Number two, so I could take care of my family. Number one is my family. Number two, I could help people, and I could teach people how to never be in that situation again. My parents loved me and cared for me, and even though we're living in some shitty neighborhoods, like I grew up in East LA, right? I don't know if you know what that is, but that's my barrio.
East LA.
East LA. Right?
That sounds fancy.
Oh, dude, gangs, Mexicans, Asians, I don't know. Everyone's fighting everybody when I was there. And somehow I didn't get sucked up into any of that stuff. Somehow. I was friends with people who were bad people, but I never got sucked up into any of that. And I don't know if it's because of my personality, because I feel like I live in this universe and everyone else that visits me is in my world, so they can't affect me and can't pull me. I have my own gravitational pull.
Right.
My planet is larger than their planet, so they can't pull me anywhere. They could do whatever they want around me, but I will not get into that. And I just saw my dad working. I'm like, what if I could just work as hard as he works, but make so much more and have something for myself? Because the one thing I always wanted, I left my family for like 7 years. I left Jersey and I moved to California, left them for 7 years. Didn't even see them. Didn't see my mom, didn't see my dad. Saw my sisters. They came and visited me, saw me sleeping on the floor in my apartment because I didn't have enough money for rent at that time. And no furniture. They cried, called my parents. Rod doesn't have any furniture and he doesn't have any food yet. I'm like, listen, I'm cool. I'm fine. I'm building up. I'm leveling up. Killing one monster at a time. But to them, no. My sisters are spoiled. Jean, Steph, I love you, but you're spoiled. You're learning. You're learning a little bit about life now. And I said, don't call mom and dad. They did call mom and dad. And mom and dad says, Roddy, you got to come back home to New Jersey. You got to come back and finish your master's. And I'm like, no. I'm doing this 100% commission gig that doesn't pay me jack shit unless I close. Because it was turning me into somebody that I wanted to be. Someone that I call reliable. Not to anyone else, but to myself. I could rely on myself to get the job done. So me growing up in that situation, that having seen my parents, people cry when they haven't seen their parents for like 3 days. 7 years. They look at me and they think I'm a monster. What? Don't you love your family?
Right.
Don't you care about them? There's a lot more stuff than money in this world. Yeah, there is. There's grass. I'm allergic to that shit. There's peanut butter. I'm allergic to that shit. But money gives me options. And money can give someone else that I care about options. So you know what? If I have a save a hoe mentality, then I'm going to have enough money to save all the hoes. Everybody. Like even when I live in California, even when I see like the Mexicans, right, the illegals, right, coming here and working their ass off, working so freaking hard, and sometimes I like, if I could cry, I would, but I get choked up a little bit. I'm like, damn, they're working so hard, and they're not complaining.
Right.
And we have everything, and we're complaining. What the fuck is wrong with us?
I never understood that.
And it makes sense. You have other people from other countries that come here. I'm first generation. My parents didn't come. They weren't born in the United States. So, yes, I am a United States citizen. I'm a true American. But my parents weren't. Right? They weren't. But I have an international mentality. That I want to get the American dream mentality. The same thing I saw my dad do or try to do. And I think, in his definition, he did. My mom's a nurse practitioner. Both my other sister finished law school. The one was going to med school. I'm running my own business. Like, wow, my dad did great. And the platform that he gave me, I want to use that as a springboard to be able to elevate myself to a whole nother level, so I could create another platform for my kids that I have. And I don't just like mean my kids, I mean anyone that I touch. Like I want to have the Midas touch, that whoever I touch turns to gold, man. Like, and they could go and my definition of myself, my definition of success is about how many other people have I got to be successful. I'm evaluated on how successful you become. So am I passionate about what I do? Am I passionate about the sales and the marketing and selling people? No, I'm not passionate about the sales, but I'm passionate about the process and the outcome of it. So by seeing you, when I saw you, and I saw you going through all that shit, man, I'm like, yo, I got to work with this guy. Not because I feel bad for him, but I would feel horrible for him if no one can see what he has, the ingredients that this kid has, and someone isn't as skilled enough to cultivate those ingredients and plant those seeds in the right atmosphere and water it on a regular basis to get you to the next stage of the game. That's what would be the saddest thing to me. And I said, I'm not going to risk it to leave it to somebody else to take care of them. I'm going to do that. So I appreciate you, man. I just want you to know I appreciate you.
I honestly appreciate everything, too. I honestly, like, I don't know where I would be right now if it wasn't for you guys, everybody in T3. But
I don't think you would have. I don't think you would have been anywhere bad. The way you are, you're always looking to advance, and you don't take steps back. I mean, I checked out your Musically app. You had like what 70, 80,000 followers. Had. Yeah, I know your stuff got hacked. You just gotta send an email. They'll fix it for you. Okay, they'll fix it for you. But yeah, I think I have like 70 people on my Musically, and I haven't put up a video at all. It's just that I don't know how to get the right angles. You know, I'm just like bam, bam, bam.
I got you.
Right, you gotta teach me that. But John is also a little bit of a freestyler, a little bit of a rapper here. I know. That's what makes it intriguing, you know? Like,
yeah, I got bored, like,
when people say a black person is rapping, people are like, oh, well, that's normal.
Right.
That's normal.
See, in Brown County, like, you don't rap. But I was, like, the different person I always liked to do, like, what other people didn't like to do.
Right.
Like, work. Sorry, Brown County.
Yeah.
Welfare won't have you forever.
That government cheese, I hate it. I hate you, government, and the cheese. I hate it because you don't really figure out who really needs that cheese. You give it around, your checks and balances are all fucked up. People show up for interviews just so that they could keep getting government assistance. Somebody denied a job from me, saying that if she makes this amount of money, she's making too much money, I'm paying her too much. If she makes this amount of money, she'll be taken off of Social Security or something like that.
The insurance thing, is that what you're talking about? The life or the health insurance?
No, I'm not talking about that. If she worked and I paid her at least $500 a week, she would get taken off of Social Security. And she has...
That's something you want.
Right. I know, but she said she had
I told myself, growing, because, like, it's inevitable if you live in Brown County, you're going to end up on Social Security, welfare, WIC, some sort of assistance.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to happen.
EBT.
Me and Sean both told each other when we were in high school that we would starve ourselves before we asked for help from the government. We always had people like, oh, you'll say that when you're hungry. Yeah, we were hungry. We went days without food. Right. But we still did it.
I don't know if this is true. I heard that you couldn't become the president of the United States if you were on like government assistance and stuff like that. I don't know if it's true. Someone correct me. But that was in my head. Someone told me that. And I was like, well, I'm never going to do that. I had friends who were making money and somehow still were on EBT. They call it the Eat Better Today. I called it Extremely Broke Today. And when I saw Taco Bell and all these places accepting EBT, that's when I knew.
Wait, Taco Bell accepts EBT?
Oh, yeah. The EBT is accepted everywhere, man. Everywhere. It's not just like the certain foods you can buy. It is just like everywhere. Right. So now you can use it. Charge. Some people are selling their food stamps for more money.
My dad used to do that.
Yeah. People live in Section 8 homes, right? They're not bad homes. But they get like a discounted rate for rent, and then they're renting out, they're subletting their place that they're renting for more money. So now they're getting like that $740 a month. Then they're selling their food stamps for the profit, right? Then they're making money off of subletting, and they're making money by not even working. And you know what?
Amazing.
You know what? I'm not even mad at them because the government fucked up there.
Yeah, sure.
And because those people do those things, it makes it hard for me to be like, let's give them more funding, more money. We talked about this earlier. The issue here isn't giving them money. The issue is educating them with the money that they're given. And I don't think you can really educate that many people. You got to make them work and earn and go through the pain to get that money so that they appreciate it. People are like, well, you wouldn't know, Rod. That's not how things work. What about all the millions and billions and quadrillions of people out there that are getting assistance and they need it? if there's millions and billions and cajillions of people out there that need assistance, then we fucked up. We did something completely wrong. Like the United States, I don't know. We're the greatest country ever. I mean, poverty level isn't at like crazy like as is in China.
Right, poverty in China is crazy.
Crazy, right? They can't even breathe.
Yeah,
right.
At the beginning of the month, the World Bank released its 2016 Poverty and Shared Prosperity Report. And Chinese state-run media ate it up. Why? Let's just say it made China look pretty good. I actually agree with him on one point. It's a good thing that so many Chinese people are no longer living in poverty. He just didn't tell you the terrible catch. Just because those 800 million people aren't living in poverty doesn't mean they're doing great.
So a poor person here is probably doing pretty well somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Probably doing well.
And there's so much like the thing about in China, like there's not. I mean, there's probably some opportunity, but there's not opportunity like there is in America.
No.
Like there's opportunity. I mean, that's why I hate when people give me excuses. Like there was a girl that I used to work with at this job, and then she was staying with her boyfriend, this boyfriend that she just met moved in, and she just wasn't happy with where she was staying, so she made up this lie that she was being beat by him and stuff like that.
The getting beat by the boyfriend lie.
Yeah, and
yes.
Then me and one of my coworkers, we got together. We got this plan together to help her out. And I told the guy, I said, "Hey, I don't want you investing your time in the wrong people. I said, you are making a mistake right now." We had a little exchange of words with that the first time I said that.
Right.
And then, I tried to explain to this girl. I said, "Listen," I said, because she said, "I have nowhere to go." I said, "Listen." I said, "You can do this, this, this." I laid out 5 or 6 plans.
She didn't want the solution.
And she said, "I'm not doing that."
She didn't want the solution.
I'm not doing that. And that makes me so angry, because if I was in her position, like her homeless position that she was in, I would have been so much better.
I mean, she wanted the attention. She gets the attention. She doesn't want a solution. You give her the solution, she doesn't get attention. She doesn't get attention, she loses. And that's the thing that happens. People are just addicted to the attention of it. Woe is me, my life is so bad. Listen, even when my life sucks ass, which I shouldn't even ever just say those words. I'm mad, I take that back. Even when my life isn't as great as I'd like it to be, that's more positive spin on that. That's how I like to do it. I still always think about who could have it worse.
That's why I said too. Congo is perfect analogy.
Right.
Or the 14-year-old kids waking up to AK-47 butt stocks to the face every day, being forced to do work and not get paid.
But John, you don't live in Congo, so you shouldn't have a problem with that, John.
Is it bad that I had like 3 people come to mind I knew would say that?
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm just grateful. I'm just letting you guys know we are grateful that we don't live in that situation. Yeah. Look, I could lose everything tomorrow. Nice. My equipment, my apartment, all the nice stuff I have. Take it all away from me. Don't test me, though. Don't test me. This is just an example. I was talking to my God. But you take everything away from me, I would just go crash in my friend's house, on their couch, regroup, and take over the world faster, bigger, better, over again. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't have any kids.
You can't do that.
I don't have anybody holding me back. And God help you if you try to hold me back. God help you. I will demolish you. I will eat you up and use you as energy to hit my goals if you try to hold me back. That's my determination.
Yeah, because I'm a pretty when I set goals, I hit them.
Right. You do. You definitely do.
I have very I guess emotional person. So if I do have someone holding me back, I'm always afraid to get rid of that person. Because I always get really attached.
Right.
So that's a little flawed.
Right. I mean, you're still talking to your ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's because you guys are partners on Musically, right?
Yeah.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
No.
Not after Musically took away all 70,000 followers from you and humbled you with only a meager 3,000 Musicaliers.
Yeah.
Musicalians. I don't know.
Musers.
Musers.
Is what they're called. Musers.
It's so crazy. I mean, how old are you, John?
I'm 19.
He's 19. He has more facial hair than me. 19. One thing I like about hanging around the young people, the youth, like myself, I like to learn, because my greatest fear is having a young kid call me that old man that can't adapt. Oh, there's Rod trying to use the keyboard with his fingers.
Look at him trying to fit in.
Look at him trying to fit in. Listen, I don't fit in because I am in. I am the planet. You remember that. But I could fit in anywhere, though, if I really wanted to. Just because I learn. I look at you, I'm like, okay, what is she doing musically? Okay, that's cool. Teach me that. What's this? Oh, wow, that's cool. Teach me that. What's that? What's that? Oh, teach me that.
What could possibly go wrong by eating a dog treat?
Oh, crap. This isn't good.
Like, there's no reason why we shouldn't learn.
Right.
I do tell stories like, back in my day, we used to do this and that and this and that. But you know what? I still add, we are in today. But I believe in you, John. I believe in you. I believe in your generation. I believe I'm in your generation. I just know what a fucking home phone is. I know what a cassette player is. I know what VHS is. I know what N64 and Nintendo are. Like, they're remaking it now, so now you guys know.
Right, I know what it is.
I've watched The Matrix.
Beautiful.
I've watched The Matrix. Have you?
I never was allowed to watch movies.
Exactly. Oh, that's because you couldn't watch movies.
That was because I wasn't allowed. I would love to watch
okay.
movies. There's so many movies I have to watch.
F all those young kids that haven't watched The Matrix, because I know how. Look, this is my pickup line. I'm going to share it with all of you guys here that are listening and watching right now. My pickup line to save me from getting with anyone that's just too young is going to waste my time. It's not, hey, how old are you? Fuck that question. They got fake IDs, they got fake eyes, fake boobs, fake butts, fake personalities, fake hair, fake bags, and a fake soul. So they could fake me out with those questions. We gotta ask the right questions that bypasses all their fake security. And here's the question. Hey, do you like movies? Yeah, I love movies. Cool. Have you ever watched The Matrix? No, I never heard of it. I never. Whoa!
You're 15.
You are like 19 or 18 if you have not watched the freaking Matrix for sure. Give me your ID. I'm going to escort you out of this bar.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm going to start using that.
It is a good one. You don't need to worry about that. You're young. So, what if you could talk to somebody in their 30s or 40s, what advice would you give them on how to, connect with the youth?
How to connect with you?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not about connecting with you. It's about, you got to think, well, maybe not because you're in the gray area. Because, I'm a different person because my dad is your age or around your age.
Your dad's older than me. Let's get that straight. Your dad is
a little bit
hella older than me. Continue.
Anyways, so even Phil, because Phil is about my dad's age as well. Within 5 years. So
that's a big gap.
But so my dad was always a little younger mindset than the people I grew up. But I was raised by really old people. So I don't know, the average parents for people my age are 40 to 50 years old. And I don't think it's so much as us telling them how to adapt. It's more or less how they should have raised us to adapt to them. Does that make sense?
So because you're saying we have children raising children.
Yes, that's what it is.
Children raising children. Yeah, I saw this kid called their mom Jane. I said, what? If I called my mom by her first name, the whole name wouldn't come out of my mouth. Because you know what would be coming out of my mouth? My teeth. All right? There's no way. Well, Jane, I don't think you're right. Whoa. Well, Jane, I know you're making dinner, but I'm going to have these Cheetos because they're hot. No. But it's parents are talking to their kids like they're on the same level. I don't get it. I love kids, don't get me wrong, but there has to be a respect factor. I respect anyone older than me. If you're a year older than me, I would not sit in the front seat. I will let you sit in the front seat because it's just stuff like that in my head. I don't know. I call people sir and ma'am because that's how I was raised. Even though women these days don't like to be called ma'am because they feel like it makes them feel old. I'm sorry. It's not because you're old. It's because I respect you. Right? It's not a down south thing for me. It's not an inferiority complex for me. No, sir, ma'am, you're older. Sir, ma'am. It's just that it's respect. You came before me, you know some things, even if you don't know as much as me. It's a respect thing. So it's not about adapting to you guys, it's about teaching us. But let's say a CEO of a company, like myself, wants to connect with you guys because I feel like sometimes there's a gap. Your guys' goals and what you want. I mean, I think you want Lambos. I want Lambos. Everybody wants Lambos, right? But what is your mission statement? What do you feel like your mission statement is? You get the Lambos, you get the money, you get the power. Now what do you do with all of that, John?
I mean, I personally am going to take everybody that supported me, and by everybody besides obviously you and people that helped me get there, Sean.
Right.
And then I'm going to take a small group of people that said, hey, you're wasting your time, or good luck with that, or it's a scam. And then I'm going to get them, and I'm going to show them where I'm at.
Right.
And then it's going to be like my ultimate fuck you. Right. And then after that, my goal is I want to bring someone there with me and then keep the chain going. You know what I mean?
I like that. Maybe there isn't a gap. Maybe it's just, like you said, the way people are raised.
Yeah.
How were they raised? Were you raised like this or were you raised like that? That's where the gap is. And you know what? I think I blame this. I'm going to blame somebody right now. Live. I'm going to blame somebody. I blame all the videos I've watched. Now, my dad is very active in the church life. My dad's a great public speaker. Nobody called me Roderick. They called me Joe's son. I lived under the biggest shadow in the world, and I hated living in the shadow. My dad was so awesome. Like, my dad is fucking awesome. Yes, he will. He's a little tame now, but my dad, when he speaks, like, his voice moves mountains. Like, that's him. So, I mean, public speaking is very big in the church life, right?
Yeah.
Right. But he used to make me watch all these videos, man. Like, I watch Moses and all this stuff like that, and I see this guy who's kind of like a superhero. You know who Moses is? Do you know Moses?
In the Bible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Whew, got scared. I don't know if Brown County has different Moses, or
No.
But this guy freaking threw a staff on the ground and turned to a snake and ate all the other snakes. He parted the Red Sea. He freaking went and got the freaking 10 Commandments. Just gains all day. Don't know how he held those freaking tablets. The strength of God, I guess. And then he came back and he threw the damn tablets at the statue, the false idol, the false god. He's like, bro, I've been gone for a minute. You guys are already worshiping like this golden calf. Bam, smite. And then he's like, I'm taking all of the people that believed me and that didn't do that with me, and we're going to go to the promised land. And I said, you know what? I like this Moses guy. Whether he's real or not, I like him. But again, he's saving the hose, man.
Moses saving.
He's saving the hose. And I said, you know what? I want to do that. I want to take all the people that don't know better and show them better and save them. I want to take them into the promised land. But the sucky thing is, Moses wasn't allowed to enter the promised land, if you know how that story ends.
I don't.
Yes. He was not allowed to enter the promised land. Sorry about the whole Bible side of things, guys. But God asked him to strike the rock one time, so water will start flowing out of the rock. Moses struck the rock 3 times to give it kind of like a show, like a flair, like some pizzazz, right? And that's not what God asked him to do. So for disobeying God, he was not allowed to enter into the promised land. He can see it from a distance. He can say mission accomplished. He got all his people in there. But he was not allowed to enter the promised land. Now, for me, I want to get my people into the promised land. And I want to enter the promised land. And the promised land is different for everyone, though. It's not one destination. So I got to be the type of person that can be able to filter through everybody's promised land definition and be the type of person that's strong enough to lead them there. Does that make sense?
It does.
And I think that's where I got my drive, like, to want to help you. All these videos I've watched, man, like, fuck it. I mean, even Jackie Chan. That dude's fucking amazing.
He is.
I mean, just people like, Rod, you love Asians. I love the Asian culture. They're just disciplined.
Yeah.
They're fucking humble. Not all of them. Some of the
They
Asians
don't
are...
disrespect their parents either.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. I mean, dude, the worst Asian person that I've ever met in my life still had a certain level of honor and respect. Not saying some of you guys are all good. I mean, I'm pretty sure some of you are bad. I've never seen an Asian person on Cops.
There's an Asian mafia.
Yeah, of course. But it's still grounded on honor, respect. I mean, you look at the Yakuza, right? That, like, dude, if I could be part of any gang, it would be the Yakuza, man. So the only way that I would get fucking killed by one of you guys is if I just basically gave you guys the F you. Yeah, no, I'll do the right things. I'll get a tattoo on my back. You know, like, that's so cool. And then we look at the gangs here in the fucking United States. Oh,
MS-13s,
MS-13, the Blood, the Crips. Dude, gangs were made to protect the people. Yeah, to protect the people. And then we fighting each other, fighting other people, other gangs, and then we're fighting each other. But that's a whole conversation for another time, man. This world is so crazy. We're going to have stuff to talk about all the time. But you know what? We want to give these people what they came here for, John. They came here for your bars.
My bars? Is that what this was?
They came here for your bars, man. And, you know, let me drop a really quick beat for them. I don't know if I can do this. I've never done this before. It might sound like shit, but bars anyway. Let's see. Freestyle beats. Well, what's that challenge going on? For the P word.
For the P challenge.
Or for the D, right?
Yeah, I'm not
okay. No, that P word challenge.
We just put for the P challenge. Yep.
Yeah. But I gotta get the Oh, here's the instrumental right here.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Wait. Word. The popping starts. Oh shit.
Is that good?
I mean, I should have it going into the mixer, but you know, I'll get it linked up later.
Oh.
So drop some bars, man. Drop some bars.
Oh no, that's fine.
But before we drop these bars, guys, I want to say thank you all for joining us on the Earmeout podcast with my bond JT, Jonathan, Taylor, Johnny Appleseed, aka the man, aka hairier than you, aka what the hell is there? AKA with the man ROD. Once again, thanks for earing us out. Yes, it's a play on words. Yes, it's a play on ears.